In this video, we'll talk about the increment and decrement operators in C#. Now, if you're coming from any other C-based programming language, you'll already be familiar with these operators, the plus plus and the minus minus operator. If not, you'll want to take a look at this video. So here we have three statements from various applications that we've looked at earlier in this lesson. And in each case, all we're doing is taking a variable and adding 1 to it, then storing the value back into that variable. Now, in the preceding video, we introduced the plus equals operator, the addition assignment operator, and that can be used to shorten each of these expressions if we would like, but there's an even shorter way to express these as well using the plus plus operator, which has the sole purpose of adding 1 to a variable's value. Now, here we have a table that shows the two different versions of the plus plus operator and the two different versions of the minus minus operator. The plus plus operator is called the increment operator, and it comes in what we call prefix and postfix versions. So the prefix version, you place the operator before the variable that it's going to increment, and the postfix version, you place the operator after the variable. And if you use these in standalone statements, the effect is identical, simply adding 1 to the corresponding variable. In the next video, we'll take a look at a program that demonstrates the differences between these two expressions when you combine them into larger statements and expressions. So basically, with a pre-increment, what happens from the point of view of the programmer is that the variable that you pre-increment is incremented by 1 immediately. Then if you use the variable or that expression in a larger expression, the new value of a gets used in that larger expression. On the other hand, when you have an expression like a++, what's going to happen from the point of view of the programmer is that the current value of a would be used in a larger expression, but by the time you reach the end of the statement and move on to the next statement, a's value will be increased. So in effect, the difference between these is to add 1 to a, then use its value, or to use a's value, then add 1 to it after the fact. But by the time you get to the next statement in each case, a is guaranteed to have a value 1 higher than it did before the plus plus operator was applied. And of course, the minus minus operator is the same thing but subtracts 1 from the variable rather than adding 1 to the variable. So to demonstrate the difference between prefix and postfix, in the next video we'll take a look at a code example.